Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome. I'm so happy you guys are taking time out of the day to be here. Tonight we are finishing, or not finishing, we're finishing the applique part of the Splendid Sampler. Thanks for popping in, guys, and thanks, replay viewers, as well. I am going to flip you around and we will get going here. Hi there. Happy Saturday, all. Hope you all doing well. Hello. Thanks for popping in, guys. Tonight we are continuing block number 4 of the Splendid Sampler. So again, the splendidsampler.com is where you can find all the information. It is a 100 block mystery sew along. So every Thursday and Sunday we get a new block to do, and this is Thursday's block, and we're still working on it. That's okay. We're gonna finish it when we finish it. We'll get a new block tomorrow, so that's exciting. We'll get to see what the new block is. Oh, you love the fabrics. Oh, I'm really liking how it's turning out too, Cora. Thanks so much. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we create lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. I'm also the author of Sew and Stitch Embroidery and a fabric designer as well. And I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central, where we craft and relax and chit chat. And right now we're doing a lot of this Splendid Sampler quilt along, but we also do a lot of embroidery and painting and a bunch of other fun stuff. And I invite you guys to craft with me. So, all right, I'm gonna flip you around and we'll get going. All right. So this is where we left off last night. Let's see if I can get that to focus. It doesn't look like it wants to focus. There we go. So I have it all kind of laid out. I'm a little nervous about moving it too much. Here, I can take you guys off the stand and we can see it. So here is where we are from last night. Oh, thanks so much. So yesterday, if you remember, if you were here, we were fusing the backs of these. So all of it has fusible on the back. And I've laid it out, and now we just have to press it down. So all of them, if I blow too hard, it'll fly away. So I'm a little nervous. It took me a while to kind of get an arrangement that I like. The circles are all pretty much in the same spot as the instructions, so I'm kind of keeping with that. And then I just, yes, exactly, no, don't sneeze. So then I added, my own thing is these leaves I'm adding, and then I think we'll embroidery stitch some ferns, or like, I don't know, some sort of sticky looking things coming up, and then all the stems. And we're gonna stitch the stems coming down into the vase, because this is supposed to look like a see-through vase, like a glass vase. So we'll be able to see the stems come in there. But first, let's get pressing this down so I'm not so nervous about having it around anymore. And then we're gonna machine stitch it all down, I think. So we'll go do that. I'm gonna actually, let's see, what's the best way to do this? I think here's my iron. I think I'm gonna just go straight down on it. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I think those are down. So I'm gonna just, I didn't press the block beforehand, which I probably should have, so I'm gonna be pressing and doing this little bit at the same time here, which is not ideal. So we'll press a little and then we'll hold it down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. We got a little bit up here, and we got some of these leaves popping up. So we are gonna stitch this down with the sewing machine. So that's the plan. We're gonna leave the edges raw. So if these guys start bubbling up, man, that guy really doesn't want to hold down there at all, does he? I took the paper off, didn't I? Yeah. I think so. Actually, let's look at that one. Did I take the paper off of that one? Oh, you know what, guys? I did not take the paper off of that one. So what we're going to do is, I think the rest is kind of fused. So I am going to try and peel just the little tips off of it. And then we'll just make sure that these tips are glued down. It's being held everywhere else. And then I'll just sew over it. Yes, crafty problems. Like, why isn't that going down? So, all right. So, Vanessa, I think it was you who mentioned it last night. That whole scoring the back and then tearing it off really did the trick for me yesterday. Oh, yeah, glad you're not the only one that does that. Yeah, you know, you can't have things go smoothly all the time, right? So I'm just gonna try and pick a little bit of that paper off without pulling up all the rest of it. I wasn't originally intending to have this many leaves. I think that's why I accidentally left it on, because I was only gonna do the 5. Give me time, I know it'll happen. Well, at least we figured it out. So I'm not gonna be able to pull all of it off, but I think as long as we can get like a little tip on there, we'll be fine. There's some more paper off. I'm like, man, everything else is fusing down really well. What's going on with that guy? All right, there we go. There's a bunch off. So let's just try and tear that without hurting everything else. I think, I'm losing needles now too. Or pins. Let's just give that another score. That scoring really did help me take it off. So there we go. So I'm gonna press that down quick. And then we'll try it on that other little side there. Everything else seems to be sticking down, so that's good at least. All right, let's try and get this little tip here. All right, yep, all the rest is looking good. I'm thinking this kind of looks like a 70s house or something right now, I feel like. You know, this is like the crazy textured wallpaper that someone put up with the crazy, you know, Formica tablecloth or table sort of thing, and I don't know, ferns and other crazy growy things. All right, so I'm gonna try and score this again a little bit. I suppose I shouldn't have been crafting at 11 p.m. either, huh? Oh well. Mistakes happen, that's okay. I think I got a little piece going here now. All right, there. So I got a little tip off of that. I think that's all I'm gonna do for that. So let's get him down to groovy. Our groovy little ferns. Yeah, I didn't think about that when I was, now you know how to fix it. I didn't think about that when I was designing this, or when I was picking colors. I was thinking, you know, I was just picking colors, right? That will go with the quilt, like the blues. But as I was going with this last night, I'm like, who would put this as their wallpaper? Or paint their wall that color, but you know, it's got that texture of a wallpaper. All right, guys, I'm gonna move you over to here, to the sewing machine. So now, all I'm gonna do, this is gonna be really rough, and I think we're just gonna go with that look. I'm just gonna stitch close to the edge. There are so many different options of how we could go about doing this. So what a lot of people do, and what I've done before too, is they'll hand stitch around each block, like with a pretty blanket stitch. Then the edge is basically completely covered by your stitching. Some people do a machine zigzag stitch over the whole thing, which sort of gets that edge in too. What I'm gonna do, I think, is just do a straight stitch right inside the line of it. So my edge is gonna be raw still, and that's just, you know, gonna be the look, I think. And, you know, we're gonna have some difficult things here, like when I stitch up here, what do? Do I stop and take my thread off and move up here? So we really didn't plan the stitching down of this really well, but I think it kind of feels like it should have a little bit of that raw look, so we're just gonna go it. Are you gonna put stabilizer under it? No, you know, that is probably a good idea too. I don't have any that right on me. We're gonna just wing it and see if it works. If it ends up that I do need it stabilized a little bit more, I'll go run and get something. So it does have that Wonder Under. It has the fusible on it. So it does have, this is what we use to fuse it down. So it does have some substance to it, so I'm hoping that will help. Oh, piece of paper. Okay, why don't we do that? I think I have a piece of paper right here. Let's give that a try. All right, we're gonna do that. I've never done this before, so that's kind of exciting. So this will all tear away. You know, if you guys remember, a few weeks ago we did that cute little paper piece thing. So this should be similar to that, in the sense that, ooh. Hold on here. Man, I just am flustered tonight, it seems. Okay. So when we did the paper piece, we had paper that we were sewing through, and then it just tears off like a perforated sheet when you're done. All right, there we go. I'm gonna actually snip our starter off. Blame the whole 30, blame brain fog. Yeah, Cora, that was so neat hearing you talk about the day. I didn't get to hear all of it though, because my Periscope has been cutting out on me like all afternoon, so I didn't get to catch it all. So all right, let's give this a try. But yeah, that's just awesome that you're doing that. Yeah, brain fog for sure. All right, I'm gonna just start right here. All right, and I am gonna put little back tacks through this whole thing. We'll just have a little raw edge here, and that's gonna be our look. I'm not changing colors of threads either. I'm not using a top stitching thread. So one thing I could have done is use a really decorative, thicker top thread, but I don't really wanna do that either. I just kinda want it to be about the fabric and have this raw look to it. You know what, I'm gonna add one more stitch down there. And I don't need this to look perfect either. I mean, I might even go around more than once on some things just to give it an extra raw feel. Like, I don't even think I'm on this base really right now. Actually, let's do that already. I'm gonna stitch this base down a few times. Maybe it'll make it have like this heavier feel at the bottom, and that could be kind of cool. Yes, texture. I mean, this whole piece kind of screams texture a little bit, so why not add some here? So this edge will get more raw as we stitch too, but you know, again, I think that's the look we're going for. There's so many different ways to do this, for sure. And this is only one tiny little way. So let's see, what should we do now? See, we've hit this kind of leaf. I think we're gonna end it. We're gonna just put a lot of jumps in this piece. I think that's the plan. So it may not be the easiest plan, but we're gonna just go around each shape like this. So I'm gonna snip as I go as well. Playing around, that's what we are doing. We are experimenting. But that's what I really like. That's what I like doing about this. So I'm gonna start going around these leaves. I'm gonna snip this too. Actually, why don't we do the circles? We'll do all the circles first, because they're the topmost layer. So what we could have done is put this down, sewn it down, then put all the second layer things, like all the leaves, and sewn all the leaves, and then we could have put the dots on and sewn the dots. That would have been a plan, but we're not doing it that way. We're winging it. I like the idea of laying it all down and then gluing the whole thing down. So this is where free motion skills would be a good deal. I considered switching to the free motion foot, or the darning foot, I think is really what it's called. But I thought we'd save that for a different project. I thought there were just too many little pieces, and I don't know how to do that well enough, so we're just gonna go around like this. But I do want to do some practice machine quilting on here because I can't do it. I haven't done it. I've done it like once, extremely poorly, so it's something I definitely want to learn how to do better, and why not do it in front of people, right? So I definitely want to pick a project where I can do that. Alright, I'm gonna just keep trimming as I go. I think this paper is definitely helping. That was a great suggestion. Alright, so you can kind of see, you stitched around the, oh, I missed that. So here is, you can kind of see the edge getting a little raw, and I kind of like that. So I kind of like this loose sort of feel to it, but it's still a little invisible because I'm using that natural color thread that's really the thin thread that we've been using for the rest of our sewing. I'm not using a fancy top stitching thread or anything like that. So we're gonna shimmy across this circle. I think the look of this though goes kind of like how with this funny fabric that I'm using and all that. You know what? This paper needs to be smaller. There we go. Keeps hitting my machine. So what are you guys up to this Saturday? Are you working on any fun projects? Yeah, I like this paper deal. So I think I'm gonna leap right into this cooking. Yeah, that was my yesterday. I did that all day. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, Teresa, this has really been nice. So I'm just jumping right into this leaf. I didn't start yet. Project tomorrow. Nice. Oh, lesson plans for Monday. Wow. Well, it's nice to get those done. Then you can have your Sunday to play around. Mom used newspaper. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've seen in antique quilts and stuff, sometimes you can see their paper backing. No quilting for me today. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna just do a little back stitch here again. Actually, I might leap into this other leaf again. We'll do some leaping around. All right, let's finish up this leaf. You know what would have been good here too is a clear foot, but I don't have one of those. All right, let's see where we're at now here, people. All right, I have a little bit here that I want to do yet. We're gonna just work our way around this piece tonight, and I'll probably just, no matter where we are tonight, I'll probably just finish up this sewing around all the pieces. I'm gonna put a quick little bit here and a quick little bit here. I suppose I could do jumps. Why don't I try that now? A jump is where you basically jump from one spot to another. I don't know if my machine's gonna like me doing that, but we'll give it a try. Let me just peek. Yep, that looks good. So I'm gonna lift up. Oop. You can use an open toe foot. An open toe foot. What do those ones look like? I don't know all of the sewing bits. All right, and I'm gonna go right into this leaf. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any other alternatives near me right now, so I will continue with this foot. I think this paper is definitely nice. A free motion foot that's open like a C. Oh yeah, so I do have one of those. Just not in my immediate area. I thought about using one of those. I just, I don't know if I'm all that comfortable with that type of foot and stuff yet. I'm gonna go over this leaf a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna try another jump where I don't snip it right away. Get in there. You'll love it. The free motion foot, like figuring that out. Yeah, I need to do that. That's on my list of one of these evenings. I'll whip that out and attempt that. Actually, the Splendid Sampler would be a good opportunity to do that. That is not on the edge of that circle. So yeah, I think I'll give that a try. So next time we have an applique thing in here, we'll do it that way. Or even not. Maybe I'll just, if there's any reason for me to use that foot again on the Splendid Sampler, I will break it out. The open toe foot that I'm talking, oh, it's not for motion quilting. Oh. So, I don't know, I'll have to see if I have one of those. I do have some other feet hanging out around. I'll have to check it out. All right, I'm gonna just pull this off and see where we're at. We're just gonna do it the slow and steady way with this one and not be exact. So here's some of like the funny stitching and stuff, but I think I'm gonna like that. So here are these jumps. I'm gonna just trim those quickly. You know, I do have an applique scissors too that would be better for this, but well, we're using what we got here. Yeah, a clearer view during stitching. Yeah, that would be nice for sure. I'm not sure this sewing machine ever came with clear ones. This is a pretty old machine. I think I'd probably have to go out and buy one. For some reason I feel like I might have one, but I don't. I'm trying to place it in my head and I don't know. We'll have to look. Trim some of these backs. But we're still doing it. It's still working. I keep a small jar. Oh, with the sewing machine. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I feel like I'm still, even though I've been kind of, you know, sewing for a while, I haven't been a big sewer. You know, I don't do a lot of it, so I still feel like a beginner a lot of times. So just so you guys can see so far, we got this whole kind of bottom area done and these, so now, you know, now let's move up to here. I'll do this circle next. I suppose if I started on one of these edges, I can do the leaf at the same time when I'm done. I'm excited to get this one done because I really want to do that see-through the stems coming through here. But we're gonna have to hold on that because we're gonna get a new, we're gonna get a new block tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'd be much faster if I could see what I'm doing here for sure. Actually, I wonder, yeah, because I'm still on the walking foot here. I probably don't need that. Here, let's peek. Do I have my feet near me? I don't see them. I think I have that. I think my feet are still in the other room, so we'll stick with this. Thanks for sticking with me. Now I'm gonna do this leaf right away. Ooh, petal moved. I am kind of liking this look though. It's a little kind of rough. I kind of think it goes with it. So, you know, it could be argued that since I pieced this and stuff, I could have done a nicer like needle turn thing, like not done the raw edge. And since I'm gonna do embroidery with embroidery floss later, well, I could have maybe done all this hand embroidery, but I kind of like that we're mixing it up a bit. I think it's just, we'll have all sorts of different textures in this piece. Hello, hello, Kathy. All right, so we got this circle and this leaf. So now up over here. Doing it on paper like this, so this is really helpful. Okay. I think I'm gonna start at this leaf. Oh, this is our leaf that we didn't take the paper off. So I'm gonna sew that, and then I'll get this circle in there, and then I'll sew up here, and then maybe I'll catch the circle again. Maybe I'll just keep following the shapes. I think that might be a fun idea. A different way to do it. Just keep crossing over shapes and overlapping, and might go quickly. We'll see. I just have to remember that this is the one that has the paper through it, so I might have to be a little careful. Make sure I get it all down. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Yeah, we're working with it here. I already forgot to take some of the paper off and it didn't fuse, so few hiccups. Probably not using the best feet and all that, but we're making it work. Oh, thanks, Vanessa. Oh, I think I went off my shape there a little. I think I might go around this guy again. Actually, what do we got going on here? No, we're gonna keep moving. All right, let's go around this flower again. This is gonna be just a crazy mess, but it's gonna be a mess that I'm okay with, I think. We're declaring it. It's the look of the piece. All right, going around this circle. These little guys are tough. Yeah, exactly, right, Kathy? So I actually crocheted on my doily a little bit today. It's been a while since I've done that. I decided to kind of take part of the day off. It was just too beautiful outside. Oh, guys, it was 50 degrees out here today, which is crazy town. I opened the windows and let fresh air into the windows, and I don't think I've done that since probably like September. So that was nice. So I just sat. I went for a walk, and I haven't done that in a while. Like a nice, good old walk with unzipped coat, and got back and opened the windows and sat by the open windows and watched my Netflix and crocheted. Oh, -15 Celsius. Oh, you're in Alaska, right? Oh wait, that's not where you're from. Where are you from again? Canada. Okay, where in Canada? I think Ashley. Oh, Ontario. I think isn't Ashley from Alaska? I think. All right, so here we are, guys. So far, we're getting there. It's totally wanky and wonky, but I kind of like it like that. So we got this leaf here, and then these three guys. So we'll try doing that little jumping around thing again. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it. This one's been an experiment for me, with picking colors and with the whole thing, really. Not wonky at all. Oh, thanks. So how are you on time? Okay, I think we'll have time to draw on here yet. I wanted to be able to get them all stitched down, but I think we're real close to that. So I will start drawing all our embroidery on, and then next time we pick this up again, hopefully soon. I don't know what tomorrow's block is, so tomorrow's block might be real quick. I don't know. We might be able to finish it in one night like we did the bonus block, but if it takes a couple nights, then it'll be a few nights before we come back to this. But yeah, it'll be embroidery time then, which will be fun. All right, I'm gonna jump to, let's see, how do we want to do this? Maybe around like this. Yeah, I'm gonna jump to this guy right here. This is the second to last little flower. This one, I think, this block number 4, I think more than any of the other blocks so far, has had the most variety from people making it, which has just been so cool to see. I mean, people are really going all out and playing with ideas with this one. This is definitely an area that I can improve in. I mean, you can improve everything all the time, but this is definitely one, this applique, where I feel very beginnery. Just, you have that like little bit of fear of like, what if this happens and I don't know how to fix it, or all that sort of thing. Do you have any idea how many people are doing the sampler, do it to the sampler? Well, right now, I think there is 20,000 people on the email list, and I think there's, like 18,000, not 1,800, 18,000 people in the Facebook group. So let's just say, even if half of those people are making it, let's just say even half, which I think there's more than that many people making it. If there's only half that amount that are on the Facebook page, then that's 9,000 of these being made right now. I mean, isn't that just crazy town? So it's done by, I think it's like 85 or 83. Yes, it's an epic quilt along. I think there's 83, and then plus the 2 people that started it. So like 85 designers and 100 blocks total. And what I found really interesting, and just knowing what 86 designers, okay, knowing what my block is and seeing some of these other people's blocks, I think it's really interesting that it's all these different designers instead of one designer doing it, because you notice, or at least I've been kind of seeing, like, people have been saying, like, oh, all the blocks are so intricate and stuff like that. But if you think about it, each designer was basically told to do whatever they want for the group. And so each designer is trying to represent themselves and do something interesting and all that. So I think that's why all the blocks are so different. And some of them are pretty intricate. I think it's just because, the designers all knew what this was going to be and wanted to make sure that they lived up to it, I think, for all the people. So that's kind of interesting. It's not like a typical one. I'm going to go back up here. Like a typical one where it might be all by the same designer. You know, the same designer doing a bunch of blocks that go together. They're all completely different designers who are all doing their own thing. So I think it's kind of fascinating from that standpoint. All right, we might be done here. Let's trim all these bits off. I'll turn this off and point you guys down so you guys can maybe see a little bit better. I'm gonna just snip some of these, and I did do a little jump in here, I think. Yeah, right here. You need to buy, yep, embroidery thread. I think there's a few embroidery ones. But that's what's so fun about it too, is that there's so many techniques. So some techniques are going to be just natural for some people, and some people are going to just learn a whole new thing. All right, guys, here is all of our guys stitched down. I like it. Oh, you love the leaves? Oh, thanks so much, Ashley. Here, I'm going to move you guys over here. Let's tear this paper off while we're at it, and then I think let's start drawing our shapes on. So again, this is the original pattern. So how we've changed it is we put this table in, and we made this 3 pieces so it kind of looks like water and see-through, and it will more once we have the stitching. And I added these leaves, but the dots are basically in the same amount or the same spot because I want to still pay homage to the actual piece. Don't take the paper until you're finished stitching. Well, I'm finished. I'm finished with the machine stitching. I'm gonna do hand embroidery for the rest, so I think I'll take it off for the hand embroidery. But yeah, so here's the rest of my plan. So we got all the, I just drew this right over, you know, the design. So I've put the leaves on. So now I just kind of want to draw. I want to draw all these stems in, but I want to continue them down into the water. So let's draw these stems first, and then I want to add some of these little kind of ferny deals. These will all be like little chain stitched lazy daisy sort of things. I got to keep an eye out to not go too high because when we sew it together, I don't want it to get cut off. But yeah, so here's the plan. So let's take the paper off. We'll draw in some of these lines, and then we'll be kind of set to go for next time we work on it. I have my little fabric water erasable thing, and I thought we wouldn't be able to see it too well, but we can. We have a little marking here. We can see it, so I think we'll be able to see it just well enough to do the stitching, which is perfect. So I got to be a little careful. I did make the stitch size a bit smaller, which helps you tear it away because there's more perfs in it then, in theory. But it looks like I could have done it even more. Let's just get some of this bulk off. I didn't really check my tension. I think we're looking fine. Oh, I'm really excited about this piece. You know, I've been with all the pieces so far, with all the blocks, I've gotten more excited about them as I'm doing it than first seeing them. So that's kind of fun. Like I'm excited to do it when I see it, but yeah, the more I work on them, but like the more in the process of them I am, the more excited I'm getting about it. So I think, why don't we just draw? Because then you guys don't have to watch me tear all the paper out. I'll keep taking the paper out later, but let's get some of these drawings in. So I'm gonna just have this here kind of as a guide. I'm not gonna go exactly like that, but I just kind of want to see it. So I think what I want to get in first is maybe some of these big balls. So let's just assume he's coming down here like this, And then he's going in here. And I think I'm going to only draw them to the water because I think it should refract a little bit once it hits the water. So like, let's draw it to here and then let's kind of go over a little bit and then like shush it the rest of the length or something, you know? Then we get like a little refraction in the water. That could be kind of fun. All right, so can you guys kind of see what we're doing there? Let's do another. Let's have this one come kind of straight down, like it's gonna hook up to this leaf here, and he'll refract this way a little. How about that? It's kind of funny. All right, this one. Let's have this guy come down. Let's have him go over this leaf, this background leaf. Should I zoom in a little for you guys? Let's do that. I'm gonna zoom in a hair. There we go. Is that a little bit better? So let's have him go in front of this first leaf, but behind this second leaf, because this leaf is kind of out in front. All right, now he's hit the water again. Let's refract him over here. And I'm just totally randomly doing this. I don't know if this is really how it would scientifically work or anything. But it's kind of fun. We got these little fun sticks happening in here and our sticks happening up here. Let's coming in. Was it easier to peel the paper off with the pin? Oh, absolutely. For the fusible, yes. Okay, yes, that really kind of game changed it for me. So what Vanessa's referring to is when we fused down these pieces to the fabric first, then it has a paper backing that we got to tear off, and that was so difficult to get right at the edge and pull it off. So what we did is I took a pin and just scored it in the middle and then kind of picked that out and then pulled it off kind of from the center, and that worked really a whole lot better. It preserved my edges a whole lot better as well. So yes, that worked awesome. Thanks so much for the suggestion last night. That it really did make a huge difference, and that's how I'll be doing it from now on for sure. Let's have this one come in like this. Hey, yes, very smarty pants. Okay, so we got some stick things coming in here, which are kind of fun. But you guys kind of get now how this is sort of going to be like this see-through thing. This guy has a stick ready. This one, he needs one. He's going to just only have a little bit because... Oh, wait, he's sort of in front of this guy yet. We'll have him... There. We'll have him go down this way. Oh, really? That's awesome. All right. So I think we got... Oh, let's just put a little shape on him, too. He doesn't need too much over here. This guy, too, needs one coming in. He needs to go in front of this leaf and then behind this other leaf. All right, so let's, I think we got all our circles to have shapes in, so I'm gonna do one of these little fern guys, I think. Let's have one come up here. I don't think I'm gonna worry too much about the behind stuff right now, although maybe I should. Well, I don't know. Here, I'm gonna just kind of draw loops on. I might not place the loops here ultimately, but I just kind of want to see what it looks like. Maybe I'll just do the loops on for this one, and then I'll just know that the other ones will have those as well. I just like the idea of these extra little ferny bits in here. And I actually might stitch the rest of it first and then come back. I'm going to add a couple other refracted little branches down in here too. Oh, you love this. Will you show the embroidery tonight? It won't be tonight anymore because I think we're going to probably get conked out before then. And it won't be tomorrow because we're going to get a new block tomorrow. But it will be once we have another open space available for sure. Yes, the next block is tomorrow on Sunday. So, all right. I'm not going to get too wild with these back ferns right now because right now it's freaking me out. It's a little busy. I think I'm going to get all these stems in first and then we'll play around with the ferns in the back. I do like the idea of some of the ferns getting down in the water here. I think that's kind of interesting. So we might do that. But yeah, I think let's get some of these sticks in first and see where we're at. I do like the idea of like all these little French knot dots kind of popping around, filling in spaces and stuff too. So, all right, guys, I think why don't we stop it here tonight? I think my phone's gonna die anyway here soon. So we will start fresh with embroidery next time we do this. So here we are. We got it all stitched down. And yeah. Yep, we'll put tiny little French knots all over the place. We'll do that last for sure. So sticks first. We'll probably do sticks to the water line first because those are all going to be the same color. And then the sticks in the water, I think I'll do a slightly different color. And then, I don't know, the ferns, I don't know what we'll do for the ferns yet. We'll play around. But all right, guys, I am going to flip you around. Let's zoom back out. Flip. All right. There we are. Hey there, guys. All right, thanks for joining me again. So here's, I mean, it's so small, like you can kind of tell just how big this is. All these little pieces are so little. It's kind of hard to tell when you just have hands. Yep, I got my sweater. We repaired this sweater here a few months ago. So, all right, guys, thanks again for coming. We're gonna put this guy on hold because again, we'll get a new block tomorrow that will start, but then we'll pick it up with embroidery and then we're done. It's just embroidery. So yay, I'm excited. So good night, everyone. Thanks again for coming. I'll be here again tomorrow at 9:30 Central. Good night. Have a great